now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Firearm deer hunting season starts in a matter of hours in Illinois, but how will the new assault weapons restrictions in the state affect hunters? We verify.
Chilly change. Cooler weather is here for the weekend when some of us will see the first raindrops of the month of November to go along with this cool down.
But first tonight, a break in the case. Police say this man committed Clayton's first murder in nearly 2 decades, and it was a random act of violence.
I don't think any community is immune from something like this.
The hunt to find the suspect. Tonight, authorities say 18-year-old Trinell Johnson should be considered armed and dangerous. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Albert. Investigators now say Johnson was breaking into cars before this crime escalated. Our Brent Solomon is live in Clayton, and he found the man at the center of this manhunt is no stranger to the law. Brent.
Well, tonight I've learned the teenage suspect is accused of stealing a Kia earlier this year. He was out of jail on bond. He was supposed to be wearing a GPS bracelet. He wasn't. And now police say he's back on his crime spree, but this time wanted for murder.
Really?
Oh my God.
Wow. In Clayton Thursday night, news still circulating about the city's first homicide in nearly 2 decades.
And we were talking about how we've literally never felt unsafe in Clayton.
Police releasing new details about the case. This is the suspect, Trinell Johnson. Early Monday morning, police say 41-year-old Joshua Harris noticed someone trying to break into his wife's car here on Whiteown Boulevard. He grabbed his gun and tried to confront the bad guys. That's when shots were fired from a Chrysler 300. Harris was struck in the chest and died.
I feel like to kill someone, you would need a pretty big reason to do so, right?
Yeah.
If you're just trying to protect your car, I feel like, I don't know, that doesn't really warrant a death. That's pretty shocking, honestly.
This event is just what we've always been afraid of.
Mayor Michelle Harris wants her community to learn from the tragedy.
What I really want people to hear from this is if you see something like this going on, do not come out of your house. Do not confront the people. Call the police and then stay out of the way.
Meantime, police are now on the hunt for Trinell Johnson, as well as anyone else involved.
Obviously, there's a possibility of crime anywhere in the metropolitan area.
I'm very confident that this will be wrapped up very soon, which will make everybody feel a lot safer, of course.
Police say Johnson and others were seen breaking into several cars Monday morning. Police say he had a gun in his hand about 10 to 15 minutes before that shooting. He's also wanted on a different felony charge from that incident earlier this year when police say he resisted arrest. Live in Clayton, Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
Tonight, our mild November weather is coming to an end.
A return to normal is arriving overnight, and it could lead to some more sprinkles. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joining us now with the Weather First forecast. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there ready for some chill.
Ready for some chill, but this isn't going to be the big cool down. In fact, tomorrow, temperatures are still probably close to 60 degrees for the high. Well, look at this. We're still in the 60s now, but we are closer to average for tomorrow into the weekend. And as we head into next week, even bigger changes are coming. Still mild right now. 74 was the high today, just 4 degrees off that record in St. Louis. Cold fronts making inroads towards us. It's passed through Omaha. They're down to 46. There are a few showers right along that front, but the air is just so dry. You know, it's going to be hard to really get more than a few sprinkles or extremely light showers around St. Louis. But the temperatures are definitely trending down here as we head into the weekend, and even more so by Thanksgiving. And there's a better rain chance on Monday. We will talk more about that in a few minutes.
Tonight, a man wanted for beating a driver during a road rage incident in downtown St. Louis last month is behind bars. Swansea police arrested John Ellinger today. He was already on probation. Our Robert Townsend is live downtown near 10th and Clark with more on how police caught the suspect. Robert.
Mike, police tell me the surveillance cameras at this intersection caught the attack on video. Hours ago, Swansea police arrested John Ellinger. They say, thanks in part to 5 on Your Side. Earlier this week, police put out a warrant for the arrest of John Ellinger of Manchester. Ellinger was wanted for 2 violent incidents in downtown St. Louis.
We took it very seriously, as public safety is our main mission.
According to a probable cause statement, a 57-year-old man told police on October 22nd he was waiting at a red light at the intersection of 10th and Clark Avenue and honked his horn when Ellinger drove through the light in a right turn lane. The driver said Ellinger then backed up, got out of a black Sierra, pulled him out of his car, and repeatedly punched him. The victim tells 5 on Your Side he suffered 4 facial fractures, including a broken jaw. Ellinger is also accused of firing shots at another driver police say followed him to write down his license plate. Ellinger had been on the run for nearly a month.
We started doing a little research on it and found your news story, actually.
Investigators say a 5 on Your Side web story on a wanted Ellinger helped Swansea officers and the St. Clair County Drug Tactical Unit track him down Thursday morning.
I can't thank you as the media enough for putting out important information for public safety.
Officers arrested Ellinger at an apartment on Purple Blossom Road in Swansea.
He and 2 other people were taken into custody after the investigation.
Ellinger was on 2 years probation after he pleaded guilty to slashing someone's car tires in May, also in downtown St. Louis. Prosecutors have now charged him with first-degree assault, resulting in serious injury, unlawful use of a weapon to shoot at a person from a motor vehicle, and armed criminal action.
And obviously the charges that were pending were very worrisome to us, and that's how we made it a priority.
The victim didn't want to go on camera because he is still traumatized as of tonight. He tells me he is relieved to hear Ellinger is now in the St. Clair County Jail. Live downtown, Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
Tonight, a historic church bell stolen from a Soulard church has been returned. The heavy bell was stolen Halloween night from the yard of the rectory of Saints Peter and Paul Catholic Church. Pastor Bruce Foreman tells 5 on Your Side he believes the thieves were forced to dump it due to attention from our reports and shares on social media. Police returned the bell this week. It dates back to the mid-1800s.
Tonight, the owner of a barber shop in Dutchtown is sharing this surveillance video, hoping it will help catch the thieves who stole nearly $20,000 worth of equipment. The crime happened back on November 5th at Cuts by Curtis on Cherokee Street. The thieves pried the front door open and took off with thousands of dollars worth of hair dryers, clippers, and other tools. Owner Curtis York tells us the burglar alarm failed that night. Anyone with information is urged to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 866-371-TIPS.
New tonight at 10, a St. Louis County man is suing SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital, claiming a fall in the hospital's parking garage left him paralyzed.
He says the area is unsafe and wants justice for what happened to him. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski talked with the man and his lawyers this afternoon. Laura?
Mike and Ann Rowan Miller says he is now paralyzed from the neck down after tripping on uneven pavement, and he wants to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else. Rowan Miller says he was leaving his doctor's office at SSM Health St. Mary's Hospital when one step on uneven pavement in the parking garage changed his life forever.
It was like somebody kicked me in the back of the head, because out of nowhere I just fell, and I mean immediately, face forward into the street, jamming my forehead actually into the ground and breaking my glasses.
Rowan says he tried to get up but couldn't.
Of course, my next biggest worry was that because it was a dimly lit garage, that a car would come around the corner and pretty much just run me over.
Luckily, people nearby saw what happened and helped move him out of the way until an ambulance came, rushing him to Barnes Jewish Hospital for surgery, where he woke up 2 days later to hear devastating news.
Well, they pretty much told me I was paralyzed. I mean, it was pretty much just that simple.
Paralyzed from the neck down.
I have some movement in my arms, but I have no dexterity in either hand. So, I mean, I can't pick up anything. And I get some movement in my legs, but a lot of that is just muscle spasms.
His lawyer, Christopher Hinckley, says it's the hospital's job to make sure their property is safe and to warn people when it's not, which they claim in the lawsuit was not done.
Justice, in our terms, means 1, holding those accountable who caused this, but 2, making sure that Mr. Miller has what he needs to survive the rest of his life. Those basic needs are taken care of. That's what we're looking for.
Miller says he's thankful for his family and the community around him for helping him through this and even doing the simple things he can't do on his own anymore, like drink water or wipe off his face.
Without them, I'd have went crazy by now. So anytime I can have company or friends come by, I mean, that's always a better day, you know, because you need that. You need some type of support at all times.
We reached out to SSM Health this afternoon for comment, and a spokesperson told us they would look into the matter, but as of tonight, we haven't received a response.
This week, arguments over abortion rights in Missouri are taking place in a St. Louis courtroom. Right now, abortions are restricted in the state unless a mother's health is in danger. Today, a group of 14 clergy members of different faiths accused state lawmakers of imposing their own religious beliefs when they drafted the law. They say this violates separation of church and state. The state's attorneys calls their argument illogical.
If there's a law that some people happen to agree with on the basis of their religion, then the law must fall. But if you have that, well, that's not a recipe for religious pluralism. That's a recipe for anarchy.
We hope that the court will recognize that this was clearly the intent and purpose of the legislature to impose their religious beliefs on everyone in Missouri by passing this abortion ban.
The judge said he won't get back with an answer until January due to the holidays. This will determine if this case ends altogether or proceeds.